What would it take to arouse your life, to experience more connection, more pleasure, more realness in and outside of the bedroom? I'm August McLaughlin, and this is Girl Boner Radio. Welcome to our last Girl Boner Radio episode of 2024. Whether you are a new listener or you've been tuning in for years, I'm so grateful that you're here. It's been a really unusual year's end for me and my loved ones. A hot water pipe burst under our home in early November, and it caused a ton of damage. Even my laptop took a hit, and we had to move out for a while. So I'm going to wrap up this year here with an updated replay that's very fun and chill. I know I could use that. I hope you could too. You will still get true sex, dating, and relationship stories, sort of rapid fire in the form of my favorite game. It's called You Don't Know My Life. 5 years ago, a group of friends, including the game's creator, joined me to play it live for the show. I hope you have as much fun listening to it as we had together. I've also decided to ask for a bit of help of anyone who's inclined. If you would like to support this show and my work, please join my community or make a donation at patreon.com/girlboner. You can make a one-time donation if you prefer not to do the monthly thing by scrolling down under the membership tiers and clicking on Make Custom Pledge. You can also Venmo me at August-GB. For the time being, funds will go to my new laptop. I know there's a lot going on in the world right now. Please only donate if it would feel good for you to do so. Regardless, please have beautiful, pleasure-filled holidays if you celebrate, and take care. I look so forward to sharing more steamy, strengthening, and OMG stories in the new year. Now enjoy the game, which I hope will feel kind of like a happy hour with me and some friends. In fact, you could even play along by listening with a friend or partner. Just hit pause, share your own stories, chat away, have fun. And if you do that, please, I want to hear about it. Now I'm so pleased to welcome my guest today. I'd love to start by having each of you badly explain your profession, which is a meme that came from Reddit originally. Someone named .bomber95 posted this, and I think it's really fun. So I could say that I am like a coitus and climax scribe or a boner blabber, if you will. Who would like to go first? How about Rain?
Oh, sure. I guess we could say I help people discard their dirty underwear and love it.
And you're so good at it. Rain is an incredible stylist and who has helped me so much and is so loving about her work. Erin, what do you do?
Hi. So I guess a fun way to describe what I do is I help people have fun doing fun things with other fun people in fun ways that aren't harmful.
Erin's current title is Certified Intimacy Coordinator and Sex Educator. Next came Mackenzie Mazel, who also engineered our in-studio session. At the time, she was producing and engineering a whole bunch of comedy podcasts.
I think I could say I put famous people in a room and watch them shit talk for an hour.
Next, my friend and fellow author, Vanessa McGrady.
I tell way too much embarrassing personal information about my life, and then I put it out there for everyone to enjoy for eternity.
You do. You do. You have written an incredibly beautiful, poignant memoir, Rock Needs
Thank
River.
you.
Journalist and podcaster Dennis Hensley created You Don't Know My Life.
I'm like a drug dealer for empathy. I feel like that's my jam. Because a lot of my work has to do with interviewing and trying to get at what it's like to be somebody else. And the game is a lot like that as well.
It totally is a lot like that. Here is Dennis explaining how it came to be.
It's inspired by this list of offbeat interview questions that I developed over the years of interviewing celebrities for different magazines like Cosmo and Glamour that I found got good stuff out of them that would make my stories more interesting and fun. And I started a podcast a few years ago, and I put these questions on cards, and I called it the observation deck. And before every interview, I just have them pick out a few questions that they spark to. That's, I have a story about that, whatever. So people really loved the observation deck, and a friend of mine's like, you should make this a game. This should be a game. And I started thinking about it. And I have a good friend who's a game designer named Jeb. So I teamed up with him. We were driving to hip hop class because we got moves. It's not just about it being an intellectual or no, whatever. Anyway, we busted moves. Anyway, by the time we got to hip hop class, we figured it out. Like, this is how it's going to work. This is what's going to happen. And we did a play test the next night. And then we've just been playtesting it and tweaking it and adding things. And then last Christmas, we did a crowdfunding and we got our games that our donors or our supporters ordered just in time for Christmas. And we got it up on Amazon this year. And now we're planning to take over the world, one embarrassing story at a time.
See why I love this game? It goes like this.
The questions are posed, the answers are presented, and then you try to guess who said what. So beforehand, you guys all sent me in the answers to the questions that we're going to do. When you play the game at home, it all happens in real time. But we wanted to kind of make this tight and fun. So we will start with the white answer sheet. So pull that up, and we'll start to my left. So Vanessa, why don't you read the question at the top of the sheet? While you guys are reading those silently, you're going to have to come up with a hashtag that goes with the answer. So Vanessa, why don't you tell us what the question is aloud?
This question is puberty story, go.
There are a number of questions in the game that are just go, like Vegas story, go. And it's just whatever comes to mind.
So like Dennis said, we had already submitted our answers to that. We'd written down a puberty story, something we remembered from our own life. So we were each holding one of the answers from someone in the group. Dennis instructed us to come up with a hashtag that summarized the story.
The job of the hashtag is to help people remember it. And then we're going to present the answers and the hashtags.
He gave us a minute to come up with the hashtags, and then we read the puberty stories out loud and shared the hashtag. Vanessa went first.
When my sister told me about periods, I thought the blood would come out shaped like a period, as in the punctuation mark, and only once.
Okay, and what's your hashtag?
Period piece.
Period piece, right out of the gate. See how that works?
Love
Nice.
Simple, right? Okay, I'll let you all enjoy the rest of the game now.
All right, Mackenzie, what story did you get back?
I lived with my dad, and he slipped me a box of pads, thinking that I'd need them someday soon when my period started. Well, it did, and I was mortified to tell my dad. And as I was changing my pad and very carefully hiding the evidence, my dad walked into the room. I remember desperately trying to get him out as he was asking me what I was hiding behind my back. It felt like fucking ever.
And your hashtag is?
Hashtag dadpad.
Dadpad. Perfect.
Nice.
I want to option that answer as a John Hughes movie. I feel like you could make something out of that. Okay, Erin, what's your story that you got back?
Okay, mine is I was a late bloomer. My first kiss was at 17. I lost my virginity at 19. I started exploring slowly and feel like I really started boldly exploring my sexuality in my 30s.
Nice. And your hashtag?
Hashtag late bloomer.
Perfect. All right, just put that up there on the table. Rain, which story did you get?
I was too embarrassed when I got my period. I used to roll up toilet paper and use it as pads in junior high. Sometimes it would fall out of my shorts in gym class. I would have to quickly pick it up and run to the bathroom.
Oh, so vivid. Hashtag?
Period paper.
Perfect. Nice. All right, August, which one did you get back?
Sorry.
They can already see the hashtag on the back and they're already laughing. Okay.
When I first got my period, I didn't believe it was my period. I spent maybe a week in bed with horrible lower abdominal pain and gas and sharding. I thought I had a stomach flu. My mom said she was pretty sure it was my period. I said no, it couldn't possibly be because blood is red and this was brown. My mom told me that period blood looks more brown than red because it's oxidized. I, who had never had a period in my life, stood my ground and asserted that I was shitting my pants for a week straight. Turns out, it was my period. Hashtag Shartfest.
Shartfest. We don't usually get into shart until like the third or fourth round, but you guys are in it. All right, so we've got all the hashtags before us. Vanessa, since you started that round, you're going to pick one and say who you think it is. So, for example, you might say, I think is Erin. Or I think period piece is August. You obviously can't guess your own. After she makes the guess, I will tell you what happens next, so don't respond right away.
Okay. I think that late bloomer, this is the one about the person who didn't have sex until 19 and first kissed at 17, etc. I think that's August.
Okay, so if that's correct, you say, you know my life, and Vanessa, you get the point. And if it's wrong, you get to say, you don't know my life.
You don't know my life.
You don't know my life. So if Vanessa had gotten that right, she would get to keep guessing. But since she didn't, it goes to Mackenzie. And that goes back out on the...
I go to the dungeon.
You go to the dungeon. So keep track of what's been guessed, because when it gets to you, you'll want to not repeat the same guesses. All right, Mackenzie, which answer do you want to guess on?
Okay, I don't know why, but as I was reading mine, I was picturing Aaron. So I'm going to guess Dad Pad as Aaron.
Oh, you don't know my life.
Wow. Wrong. All right, Aaron. So
It's hard because there's 4 period
I know.
scenarios.
All the ladies.
Exactly. All right, Aaron, you get to guess.
I'm going to go with this one. When my sister told me about periods, I thought it would come out in the shape of a period. I'm going to guess rain.
You don't know my life.
Wow. All right, this is tough. All right, Rain, you get to guess.
All right, I'm going to go with Dad Pad being Vanessa.
You do know my life.
You do know my life. And normally what happens in every game is there's always a little more to the story, and so you get to talk and follow up.
My dad was like, in that sort of free love 70s.
Right. He was cool.
Everybody, and so like we got a lot of information, like way too much information about like sex and bodies and stuff like that. And so like he was like totally comfortable and natural with body stuff. I was not. So like when the time came, I was just so mortified. And I just didn't know how long I could keep it up. With him not knowing, but he found out. And
just years would pass while you were standing there with that thing behind you. He was growing a full beard. All right. Exactly. So, Rain, you got that right. You get to guess again.
Okay, sweet. So I'm going to go with, let's see, Shartfest being Mackenzie.
You know my life.
Wow, well done.
Wow.
I don't know people's lives. I do know people.
But I kind of want a little follow-up on the Shartfest.
Sorry, that's right.
You were defiant. You were sure.
Yeah, I did that a lot in my childhood.
Yeah.
I would assume something intelligent adults would correct me, and I would say no.
You'd stand your ground.
Yeah.
It's probably served you well as a grown-up.
I hope so.
Yeah, there you go. I love it. All right, you get to guess again. You're on a roll.
All right, I'm going to go with late bloomer being Aaron.
Oh my gosh, you know my life.
Wow, Rain is running the table.
You're wiping us clean.
Yes.
That's crazy.
Well, I'm doing process of elimination with the answers right now.
Right, and
Yeah.
one of them, is yours.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
it had to be one of two.
Well, it had to be
I
one
got
or
my
you were.
own.
Oh,
So
yeah.
I was trying
You
to...
handled it very well.
Yeah, I was like, oh no.
Yeah.
There's nothing else to add to that.
Just
really.
late bloomer.
Just late bloomer and exploring a lot into my 30s and 40. And it's been really fun.
But I think it's fun to explore at that time when you're a little more
Yeah.
together, right?
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
And more confident.
Yeah.
Exploring
Yes.
in your teens isn't quite as fun as in your 20s.
And the consequences, like so many
Yes.
things can go south when you're younger and you're a little bit more together.
Way safer. You make better decisions.
There
Yeah.
you go. Mm-hmm. All right, Rain, are you going to run the table?
I'm totally going to run the table.
Because one's yours.
So I'm going to go with period pieces August.
It is.
That's the one about the punctuation mark. You're
Yes.
a writer already. You're a writer.
I was writing about menstruation years before I knew how to write about menstruation. Yeah, I actually remember I was sharing a room with my older sister at the time, and I used to drive her nuts at night asking so many questions. Like, what is it like to kiss somebody? What happens when you do this? What happens when you do that? And one night I asked her about periods, and when she told me that blood came out, immediately I was like, oh wow, this like big blob of blood, just like very round. One time I can deal with this one thing. And then sex ed class happened, and they're
Right.
like basically a quarter of a lot of the rest of your life, and I was
Right.
completely devastated.
I know. It's not just period. You're going to get a semicolon. You're going to get hashtags.
Right?
You're going to get quotation marks.
It's true.
Ellipses.
Oh, ellipses are the worst. Okay, so Rain, you ran the table on that, and now we're going to go to the next question.
Wait, Rain, what was yours again?
Oh, yeah, yours.
Oh, mine was period pad.
Period paper. It was
Period
the
paper,
gym
yes.
class.
Yes, I know.
And it would come
I
falling
know.
out.
That one made me sad.
Yeah.
Oh, it did?
Yes.
Oh, but look how great I turned out.
Thank you.
Exactly.
That is the theme of the game,
Sad.
right? That's part of what happens. Like, you look back on things and get a little validation or a little, like, acknowledgement. There's something...
And it's so funny because
That
I think
happens.
it's so funny now. So it's interesting to me that you guys found that sad because you all did go, oh, I was like, oh, I kind of thought that was funny, but okay, I'll take it.
It's the visual, though. It's the visual of being there. And we all were that age, and like the embarrassment of seeing your classmates seeing you with like, oh, God. It's like,
I know it.
And also, I'm a mom, and so of course I wanted to like take care of little you know.
Aww. Made me stronger.
All right, so we're moving on to the yellow question.
Okay.
So Mackenzie, why don't you read that question, and so our listeners can be thinking about sort of their own answers while we're writing our hashtags. So what is the question you got?
What's the craziest thing you've ever done in pursuit of a crush?
Ooh, intriguing. Okay, so now read your answer silently and then write a hashtag on the back. And while you're doing that, I'm going to share a little fun thing that happened recently. Out of the clear blue sky, we got an email from the New York Times saying they're doing a story about question games. We were happily interviewed, and then she asked for a few names of friends that had played the games. We gave them that. And on the day before Thanksgiving, this story comes out. It's all about these kind of games and cards and stuff. And neither Jeb or I are quoted, but my friend Danny is quoted talking about when he told, we did play tests in like restaurants and stuff, when he told a whole room full of strangers about how he hurt himself masturbating. That's the quote in the New York Times. And I never thought they would use it. And it's kind of great. I don't mind it. I think it made you laugh and it makes you remember it. And the point is you feel comfortable enough with people to share things you never thought you would share. And it's okay. So that's kind of the girl boner way.
We
all
have both
masturbate.
been in the New York Times specifically about masturbation.
And
Who can say that?
I don't think a lot of people can say that. Just us and maybe one or two other people.
There should be a prize.
Pee Wee Herman, maybe? Anyway, we're celebrating it. We're not getting in trouble.
That's
All
amazing.
Right. I know. Thanks. That's cool. Right? Okay. So everyone have their hashtags?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Okay. So remind us all, Mackenzie, what the question is and then read the story that you got back.
What's the craziest thing you've ever done in pursuit of a crush? Well, I'm the original internet stalker, so I found out a lot of things people probably didn't want known. Here's a pro tip. After you've searched everything with their name, search their email handle and see what comes up for that. You'll be amazed. One guy had a whole list of reviews for strippers in the valley. Hashtag stripper Yelp.
Stripper Yelp. I love it. My favorite thing is strippers in the valley. It's like so specific. Just the valley. He's not going over the hill. No. Okay. What do you have, Erin?
Okay, mine says, do dogs count? Of course they do. I broke up with someone and found a new place within my budget that would allow dogs in order to get my foster dog back. I said, hashtag doggy love.
Doggy love.
Mine is, I drove from LA to San Francisco with a friend to meet someone. We ended up dating happily for a while, and I put happy ending.
All right. What do you have, August?
Dumb down the way that I speak so I didn't intimidate him. This applies to almost every guy I've liked. Hashtag down talk for dudes.
Down talk for dudes. All right, Vanessa, what do you have?
Stalk them in an Alf and Fly mask and a ghost sheet. My girlfriend and I would drive by his house and his friends' houses and see if he was home. To not be recognized, we'd wear masks. And the hashtag is masking your feelings.
Nice.
I love it.
Masking your feelings, because nothing's suspicious about somebody in an Alf mask.
Not at all.
So
All
good.
right, so Mackenzie, you started that. You get to guess first.
I don't think this is a specific story I've heard before, so hopefully I'm not cheating, but I really feel like the dog love one is August.
You know my life.
Well done. I love that, though. You got a place specifically because of the foster dog situation.
It was one of those things where I met the foster dog and had instant just connection, soulmate feelings. And my ex had the exact opposite reaction. So yeah, I found a place specifically so that I could get that dog back, not knowing if I'd be able to. And I found out on Christmas Day that she was still available for me. I ended up moving in behind a really great guy. And I ended up marrying him a year and a half later. And he loves dogs.
I love that. I love that. But the nervousness of calling and not knowing if the dog's available.
Oh, I actually emailed, because I couldn't sleep on Christmas, the woman who ran this rescue and said, hey, just checking in. I've got a place. And it had been months. And I was so heartsick missing this dog. But I thought if she's safe, it's all good.
Right.
And she was like skiing in, not the dog, the rescue person was like skiing in the Alps and texted me, she would love to have you. And I found out later that she cried at night after I gave her back. Just as I cried at night after I gave her back. She was super amazing.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
I love that. All right, Mackenzie, you get to guess again.
Okay, I think there's one called Happy Endings, right?
That's the road trip one, I think.
Yeah. I'm going to guess Vanessa on that one.
You don't know my life.
Wow, all right.
Oh.
So, Aaron, you get to guess.
The hashtag down talk for dudes. That's the one I dumbed down the way I speak so I didn't intimidate guys. I'm going to go Vanessa.
You don't know my life.
Wow, I know. It's so intense. Okay, back to Rain. Are you going to run the table again?
You know it.
Okay.
All right, we're going to go with happy ending, Aaron.
You know my life.
Wow.
That's ridiculous.
I know.
Because I know you're an LA girl and you do drive a lot for dates, so.
Yeah, I mean, that was abnormal, though. And I did happen to be there with a friend who was doing work stuff. And this dude I'd matched with on OkCupid, he was like, oh my gosh, you're going to be like right across from where my work is. So we ended up getting together and we dated for a while until he became problematic. But it was really fun at the time. And it was a really great relationship while it lasted.
It was a win.
Yes.
So you met him on OkCupid?
Yes.
I've been on there for a long time. I call it OkCupid. I'm a little like
One more time.
TikTok, you know what? Time's a wasting.
Yes.
All right. So, Rain, you get to guess again.
Okay, so I'm going to go with down talk for dudes being Mackenzie.
You know my life.
Oh my God.
Oh,
So good.
very good.
I must say that I have a little bit of a leap year. That's not the right term because I am on the last end. So I get to kind of like eliminate.
Right.
Sort of.
Well, different people are going to go first each time, so it'll hopefully average out.
You just got the skills.
But yeah, Mackenzie, though, you talk down. Do you change the pitch of your voice?
No, I just noticed that I will use less effective language to use words with fewer syllables so I don't come off as like, you know, there's studies on it. A lot of girls do that. So I heard Gloria Steinem talking about that where she was like, we sound stupid on purpose when we're flirting. And I caught myself doing it, and so I'm trying to break that habit.
All right, Rain, you got 2 left.
Stripper Yelp. Vanessa.
Vanessa,
You
you're
know my life.
the internet researcher, so you're good at it.
I'm good at it. Yes.
So what is
yes.
it? You search the name, then you search do you search the phone number?
So, well, you can. I don't think the phone number ever really tells you anything, but let's say they have a thing that they use for their Gmail or something like Valley Joe or whatever, then you can search Valley Joe, and then a lot of times they use that name in a forum or something or on their Yelp or whatever. I actually figured that out by accident.
So, Rain, you're the masking your feelings.
Yes.
You would go by their house in different masks?
Well, I guess you can say I started dressing the part at a young age.
There you go.
I love it.
I don't stalk people anymore, though.
Did it ever work out?
Oh, gosh, no. I actually ended up taking it one step further, and I transferred high schools to stalk him. Dated him for 2 weeks, and then I was just obsessed. But I ended up meeting a friend that I'm still friends with that was a long story short, where I ended up meeting my husband through 6 degrees of separation through her years later. So it was a good thing.
There you go.
So the
I
masks
love that.
worked.
Yeah.
All right, so we'll go to Erin now. Take the green question and read us the question on the top.
All right, here we go. So, what kiss from your life felt like something out of a movie?
Ooh.
Yes. And then
All right, so everyone's take a moment and write your hashtags.
Oh.
I came up with little tidbits to fill the time while you hashtag, but they're all just me
Please,
bragging
no.
about things.
Tell us.
We just got a little mention through our publicist in Star Magazine, and Reba McEntire is a friend of a friend and has played the game and is a fan, so we were able to use that name as like a star that plays the game, and that's what they need, that celebrity hook. So,
awesome.
Yeah, no, it's good. We just
So worthy.
We always wanted to be in a tabloid, and we didn't have to be abducted by aliens or.
You didn't even have to masturbate for this one.
No, I didn't have to masturbate or get plastic surgery or anything. So yeah, it's exciting.
That's awesome.
All right, does everyone have their hashtags?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, Erin, remind everybody of the question.
Okay. So mine is taking the train to Paris for a getaway weekend and kissing my boyfriend in front of Eiffel Tower. We strolled through the streets hand in hand. It was magical. And I put hashtag ooh la la.
Ooh la la, perfect. All right, Rain.
In college, when I kissed my girlfriend for the first time in front of the whole class after a final, they had no idea we were into each other like that. Neither did we. And then I hashtagged, I kissed a girl and liked it.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's a good story.
Nice.
I love it.
All right, August.
My first romantic kiss was like a scene from a bad rom-com version of Frozen. I stood there frozen like a statue with my mouth slightly open thinking, oh my God, I'm doing it. Hashtag
I love it.
lip cubes.
Lip cubes. Nice. Vanessa?
Will fucking Snyder. We were both working a wedding. Lovely feelings were high, new developing crush, stars in the sky, on a cliff overlooking the Pacific, both in our Sunday best. Totally unexpected. I don't think either of us knew it was going to happen until it was already happening. And the hashtag for that is Will fucking Snyder.
Nice. Who may be listening? Who knows? All right, Mackenzie.
All right. When I was 19, I met a glossy-haired, lanky, funny guy at the Dublin house in New York. He had one hazel eye and one brown eye. I was completely and utterly smitten. He kissed me that first night. We'd go on to date that summer, then lose touch for more than 25 years. When he found me, 4 kids and 2 exes between us, it turned out he lived about a mile from me in Los Angeles. We dated again, and he'd become the greatest love of my life. We aren't together right now, but I don't regret any single one of our moments together. I will love him forever.
Oh, my goodness.
And that's Long Lost Love.
Long lost love with 2 different eyes. All right.
Oh. So it's my turn, yes?
Yes.
All right. Well, I'm going to go. Okay. Long Lost Love, this one we just heard, is going to be Vanessa.
You know my life.
Wow. Vanessa, that's a wonderful story.
Yeah.
Wow. What was it like when you reconnected? When you heard from him or like, oh my gosh.
You know, it was kind of unbelievable. He just found me on Facebook, and like we chatted a little bit, and I was dating this super loser dude named, I'm not going to say his name before, but then, and then, you know, he just said, look, I just love you, and I would like to be with you in whatever way that is. And so we just had this amazing relationship, and then for a variety of reasons, we stopped. We're in touch again now, which is really nice, and I've just surrendered. Like, I will love you from near or far. It doesn't matter where, but I will love you forever.
All right.
Yeah.
I love that story. I feel like we haven't heard the last of it. I feel like if we played in a year,
We're going to
there
be
may
on Girl Boner in like 25 years, and she's like, 25 years after the first 25 years.
I feel like there's more to go.
Yeah.
All right, Erin, you got matched that one, so let's see if you can match another one.
Okay, I'm gonna go. Okay, I kissed a girl in the class. I'm gonna go Rain.
You know my life.
Yes! I love that story. Was it somebody you had been seeing or you just had feelings for?
No, well, in college, you know, you like to experiment and play around. So me and this girl were really great friends. We would party together. We would do finals together. And so at a finals, we were in Barney's Beanery on Santa Monica. And I knew she was gay. She didn't know yet. So I just figured we would just had a lot of chemistry together. And so we just started making out. And then she ended up marrying a beautiful woman, and I'm with a handsome man.
So everybody wins. Were your classmates
shocked?
shocked?
And I say, you better thank me because I knew you were gay before you were gay.
Right. That's awesome. Were your classmates shocked and stuff?
They were very shocked.
Yes. That's exciting.
I think they was all excited.
Yeah. Look at that. All right, Erin, you're on a roll.
Oh my gosh.
There's 3 left, and one of them's yours.
That's true. The pressure. Okay, I'm gonna go lip cubes. That's the one. Frozen. I'm gonna go Mackenzie.
You don't know my life.
All right, Rain, you get to catch up again.
Okay, we're gonna go with Will fucking Snyder, Mackenzie.
You know my life.
Oh, Will Snyder.
Yeah. No, it was all very complicated. He was my best friend's ex-boyfriend. I totally didn't mean to make out with him.
Right.
But nobody wound up being angry, and it was fine.
It all worked out. Maybe he's listening.
I hope not.
Yeah, all right. Okay, good. All right, Rain, you get to guess again.
Okay, so I guess Ooh La La taking the train to Paris would be August.
You don't know my
Dang
life.
it!
Wow. All right, August, then you're going to probably get these last 2 because one of them's yours.
Let's see. Ooh La La has to be Erin.
You know my life. Yay. Yeah, no, that was my first official boyfriend. I was studying abroad in France, but it was only an hour and a half train ride to Paris. So we would go sometimes just let's go to Paris. And it was crazy because it was just my life. But when I think back about it, it's oh my God. It was
feels like that movie
Amazing.
Before Sunrise or Before Sunset or Before
Yes.
Midnight, one of those movies.
Yes, all the before
All the before
sunsets, all the
movies.
sunset movies. Yeah.
And I've
love
known Erin for 10 years, and I didn't even know she's been to Paris before. So seriously, I don't know your life.
That's crazy. Yeah.
That's interesting because we find that a lot. People that know each other really well are like, I've never heard that story. Couples that have been together for like 30 years are like, you never told me that happened in high school. So that's cool. And yours was the frozen
Mine was the
kiss.
lips not moving, like standing there really stiff and awkward.
Did it last a while?
It seemed like hours, but
Yeah.
one of the funny things was, well, first of all, I had practiced like on my knee, on my arm, you know, the things you do. And when it finally happened, it was someone this is horrible, but I really was not that attracted to him, and I was very insecure. So when he told me that I was beautiful, he was like into me, I was kind of like, oh, well, I guess I should hang out with him then. And then I thought, I could like practice. And we did end up having a relationship, though. It did become pretty serious. But later, he reminisced about our first kiss the same way. He said I just stood there.
First kisses.
That's
All
so
right.
real. But just real quick, I just want to say, like, that's so real. You being an expert and doing all the amazing things you do, that's so relatable that your first experience was that. It's something we can all relate to in some way, I think.
Yeah,
so
it was
good.
very awful. I've been there. Yeah.
Yeah. My prom kiss was with this girl that I wasn't that into because maybe I was gay and didn't quite know it yet, but just tongue on the doorstep after the prom, and the dog is barking. The dog won't stop barking, and the dog's name is Peachy. So she's like kissing me tongue, and then she's like Peachy, kissing me, like Peachy. Like it was just, and me going, this is what it's supposed to be. Like I was so like, this is what all the fuss is about.
Well, because you're like copying something you've seen.
Right.
Like
Yeah.
you see tongues flying around, and you're
Yep.
like,
Yeah, I know. It's all right. So you read that question right, Erin. You read that one.
Yes.
So okay, Rain, take the pink question. That's our next one.
Prom story, go.
All right. So we're talking about proms. So read over those and come up with your hashtags. And if folks are listening to this, they can go to youdon'tknowmylife.com and learn about the game. There's a funny story around that web domain. We originally wanted to buy it, but you know when you go out to buy things on the web and it's like $700. Somebody
Yep.
owns it and it's like $700. So we're like, okay, not that. So we did youdon'tknowmylifegame.com. And then one day, as we were getting close to launching, I accidentally typed youdon'tknowmylife.com, and it was now available in an auction that was going to happen in like 4 days. So you could bid like $10 or whatever, and you could get it cheap. So the day that our first shipment of games came in, and we had to get them out to our backers, was the same day of the auction. So we're bidding. Long story short, we got You Don't Know My Life for $10.
$10.
Yeah.
Hot.
Do you know that girlboner.com, someone tried to sell me for $10 million?
Right? It's that crazy thing where they think somebody wants it.
I have girlboner.org.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it
Oh my
was
God.
astonishing to me. Yeah.
Type it in every once in a while because it may go up for auction.
He said he wouldn't consider anything under 6 figures. And I was like, okay, so you obviously think I'm much bigger than I am. Can I please just like send you some cookies and
Right.
You don't have
$50?
$10 million just lying around, August?
Right? I mean, don't I seem like I do? Look at this fabulous Ho sweatshirt.
I know. That dude makes me angry.
Yeah.
He's just a miser with his web ideas.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Thank you for that.
I know, but maybe it'll give you hope because we ended up getting ours for nothing.
Yeah,
So
I'll keep an eye on it.
keep an eye on it. It's the lesson of that story. Everyone have their hashtags? Okay, Rain, remind everyone the question and then read your answer.
Prom story. The best. I was in love with a coworker named Sean. Turns out Sean was gay. Then Sean asked me to prom. I had the most perfect night. I liked him for so long and was able to dance the night away with him, even though under any other circumstances we'd never have gone out together. It was a true dream come true.
Nice. And the hashtag?
Gay play.
Gay play. Love it. Go ahead and put that up on the table. All right, August, what do you got?
My best friend and I decided to trade dresses midway into the dance to see if our dates would notice. Hashtag,
That's so fun. That's so Romeo and Michelle's high school reunion or something.
hashtag dress swap.
Dress them up. All right. Vanessa, what do you got?
I went to my boyfriend's prom dressed exactly like Madonna in a black lace V-waisted dress, lace gloves, and sunglasses. The next year, I was living on my own and couldn't afford my prom. I probably just went to work instead.
Aw.
And hashtag like a virgin.
Like a virgin. Nice. All right, Mackenzie.
I was voted prom princess my junior year of high school. I did not have a date, but I still had a great time. Hashtag prom princess.
Yeah, somebody's royalty in this room.
Okay, and me and my girlfriend had the only old boyfriends, in quotes. We were 18 and they were in their late 20s. After we showed up at prom to take photos, we left and got Taco Bell. One of our dates ended up being the drummer of a popular karaoke band.
Wow.
Hashtag prom hit and quit.
Okay, Raina, you get to guess first.
Okay, so I'm going to go with Like a Virgin Mackenzie.
No, but it really sounds like me.
Right. You don't know her life. All right, August.
All right. I think prom hit and quit is Rain.
You know my life.
Well done, August.
I knew it too.
Tell us more.
We want to know more. The band, the drummer?
Me and my girlfriend were never into high school things, but my father made us go. So we both went. And then the drummer, oh my gosh, her date was a drummer of System of a Down.
Nice.
So yeah, I have my prom picture with John and then Jill, and then my boyfriend at the time was Anthony, and we were both liked really old guys since like we were 10.
Really old guys.
All right. You had fun though, sounds like.
We did.
Good.
Oh, okay. I'm torn between two people on this one, but I think Like a Virgin, is that Vanessa?
You know my life.
Yes. A nice look. So you did the full Madonna looks. I love sunglasses at the prom.
Oh yeah, no, total sunglasses, lace everything. I mean, also it was of that time anyway, so yeah, it was appropriate for the time.
Now, was your date into it? Did he like the look? He was into it?
I think so.
Yeah.
We're still friends actually.
I love that.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Cute.
But then the next year you were working.
And then I had to, and then I was also living on my own, so I didn't have anybody who could say like, "Here's $75 for a prom ticket,"
totally.
you know. So I just didn't go.
Proms are expensive.
I know.
I mean, I grew up in a small town where we just went to the only decent restaurant, but like nobody had a limo or anything like that where I grew up. But people spend money on those things.
Tons
All
of
right,
money.
August.
Gay play. I'm going to go with Mackenzie.
Of course, you know my life.
Wow. That sounds like so much fun.
It was a dream. It was wonderful. I'd had a crush on him since like the first time I ever saw him.
Aw.
And I think he knew, so it was sweet of him to ask me.
Was he out yet, or did people know he was gay?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
he was out. Yeah.
Oh, I love it. That's so good. Are you still friends with him?
Yeah, actually, I am.
Is he single?
He's a Roseburg
Flannel
Oregon,
Cake Cupid?
so-
No, yeah, okay. All
I
right.
would love if this game
Wouldn't
today
it?
led to some beautiful love match. Yes.
I would love that too.
I was going to guess this one as well. I thought this right away. Prom princess, Erin.
You know my life.
Nice.
Yeah.
Were you surprised when you got picked?
Yes. But I grew up also in a small town.
Right.
In Ohio, and I never had a date, hence my late bloomer pass from another question, because it was like I was the only black person in my school, and there was later on people told me, they're like, yeah, I had a big crush on you, but my parents wouldn't have allowed me to go with you.
Oh my God.
And so I was always like, I'm like, oh, I know I'm well liked, and I was very social even
Like
then.
what's the problem?
Like,
What's
why
the
am I
holdup?
not? There's something wrong with me. And so later, I'm like, honestly, that would have been so helpful to know that back
Yeah.
at the time, because I wouldn't have had some neuroses around
Right.
it. It wasn't me, it was them. Like,
You were
not
the
even them,
only
their parents.
You were the only black person in your whole school.
In my grade, and there were like maybe like 3 of us in the
Wow.
whole school. Yeah.
How big was your school?
I graduated with like 120 or something.
Yeah.
So what is that, like around 600 or so?
Right.
But yeah, so I mean, yeah, so it's just so crazy. So anyway, yeah, prom princess, which was really fun, but I didn't have a date.
Did you get a sash? What did they give
I got
you?
like a crown,
Nice.
and a sash, and the whole thing, and yeah, it was fun, but it was kind of like everyone else had a date,
Yeah.
so I was like, this is so weird, you know?
Yeah.
So yeah.
I want to see pictures.
Therapy,
We need to
everybody.
all
Therapy.
show pictures
There's
later.
usually pictures that follow up some of these. Okay.
Yes.
Yes.
And what was the other one that didn't get revealed? Your own?
Dress swap was mine.
You swapped dresses.
I love it.
Yeah, my friend Kelly and I'm trying to remember who had which first. I think mine was blue and hers was purple. They had different sleeves. And for some reason, it just occurred to us during the dance. I don't remember what inspired this, if we thought our dates were like spaced out or what. But we went to the bathroom and we were like, You want to trade? And our dates did not notice.
Of course
Wow.
not. Boys, teenage
No.
boys, yeah.
That's a lot to ask.
I love that, though, because people are so obsessed with their dress and their prom and everything has to be perfect. And if halfway through you're like, let's just switch, none of this really matters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It shows a certain spirit, I think. That's
Yeah.
cool. Yeah.
That's how we felt. It was fun.
I love it. All right, we have one question left. The orange one. Now, this is the one that the 4 that we've heard so far are actually in the game. This one was one that August came up with just for this particular panel on her show. So you get to read it. Go ahead, August.
All right. So the question is, what's one of the most sexually empowering things you've ever done?
Okay. While you guys are thinking of your hashtags, I'm going to tell a funny little story.
Please.
There's a gay dating app called Scruff. Perhaps you've heard of it. I was going to see a friend in a show like a couple of weeks ago at 8 o'clock. I get a message on Scruff from some guy saying, hey, how's it going? Whatever. At like 6:45. He's cute. And I'm like, well, I'm going to go see this show that a friend of mine's in. I have an extra ticket. You want to go? Like within like 2 messages, I had asked him to go to the show with me. Turns out he's a flight attendant in town, staying right by my house by the Burbank airport. Doesn't have anything going on. We go to the show together. We go have dinner. And then I drop him off. There's a little kissing, but he seems tired, so I leave. And then he starts texting me at the house. And then I drove back over there, and that's the most, keeping on theme.
These beautiful stories. I
Right?
was like, I don't want to write my hashtag. I want to hear more.
I know. You look up like, this is so fascinating. I just was thinking of like, I wanted to fill the
Thank you for
thing
sharing
while
that.
you, but it was like, yes, I'm going to go over there. I mean, if it had been LAX, probably not. But I mean, I'm not crazy, right?
Yes.
So anyway,
I love it.
he's from Turkey, lives in Boston.
Oh.
Yeah.
Flight attendant.
Are you still in touch?
Yes, he was going to come in Friday, and then the flight got mechanical thing, and he had to get rerouted. This is what it's like when you're in a serious romantic relationship with a flight attendant who you've met once.
I've always wondered about that.
This is what it's like.
Right?
Yes.
Oh, in the morning he put on his uniform.
Cute.
It was so cute.
So cute.
I know.
Yeah.
Offered you a beverage.
In Turkish, I love dating people from other places.
Yeah.
I love every sentence to start with, in my country. Like in my country, I love everything
I do too.
like that.
Almost exclusively, I dated non-Americans.
I like that more too. I worked
Yeah.
on cruise ships when I was younger. That's part of it.
Ah.
I like it. Anyway,
too.
okay. So everyone has their hashtag. August, remind us of your question.
Okay. The question is, what's one of the most sexually empowering things you've ever done? I made friends on Facebook with a woman who had dated the same guy I had. They'd just broken up, and she was upset that he'd moved on so quickly after her. So I offered to tell her why she dodged a bullet, etc. We became close friends and joked that, quote, in the screenplay of this story, we end up dating. We kept joking about it until we weren't and just decided to see how it felt to have sex with another woman after being bi-curious for a long time. We set a date, figured out childcare, and then went to town on each other. It was really fun and beautiful and hot, and we are still great friends. Hashtag bi-beautiful.
Beautiful. I love the taking child. We got childcare. Got that taken care of. I love that detail. All right, that's exciting. Okay.
Yeah.
Vanessa, which question did you get back? Which answer?
This one says, have sex for mere attraction and pleasure. I knew I would never end up with this person, but I was so intensely attracted to them, so I went for it and dated them for 3 months.
Hashtag.
And hashtag 3 month stand.
3 month stand. Nice.
Perfect.
Nice.
That is such a good hashtag. Embracing masturbation after a hookup with a hot pink dildo. And I just did hashtag another masturbation reference because I feel like that's been the whole show.
It is a recurring theme.
Nice. Okay, mine is, I explored being a dominatrix with men who are submissive. It was extremely empowering to meet men who were turned on by a woman making the rules and taking charge. Hashtag lady in charge. There we go.
Just talking about sex, it's amazing how many people aren't willing to communicate. When you're brave enough to say what you do or don't like or ask questions, it allows you more control of your own sexuality than any sub-dom play I've ever engaged in could. Hashtag communication is key.
All right,
We
there
got
are our
two
5
little
answers.
dom players
I
in
know.
here.
There's a lot
I
going
know.
on. There's a lot going on. So
I
August,
go
you get to
first?
guess first.
I think This is so challenging. I can tell I also really love like-minded people, like-hearted people, I should say, because you're all very unique, but there's hints of things that I could see in all of you in a lot of these. Lady in charge, Erin?
Yes, you know my life. Dang
Nice.
it.
Well played, August.
Good job.
Yes.
That's the one where just taking charge.
Yeah. I mean, I was being a dating coach. I'm able to explore things that I maybe would be more nervous about otherwise. And so I get invited to a lot of parties and things. And a friend of mine was like, it was like a regular party, quote unquote. And I saw her and there was this dude just sitting in the corner. He had like full suit on and it was like facing the corner, like on his knees. I'm like, what's happening here? And someone was like, you don't know she's a dominatrix and that's her sub. He like flew here from Portland to be treated like crap basically all weekend. And he's paying her, and I'm like, what? What? And so it became this whole like curiosity around like, wow, there's people who choose this, and it's super empowering for both of them. They're both getting something out of it, and it's very consensual, and there's so many things. So I went through its whole thing of exploring that, specifically cis women who are interested in submissive men. And yeah, it was very interesting.
Good for you.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay, now that I was able to rule that one out,
Right.
because there was another one, I was like, this could be a couple of people. Communication is key, Mackenzie.
Of course, you know my life.
Wow.
Excellent. Excellent.
Yeah, that's the one where you talk about just talking about it is more empowering a lot of times than a lot of doing things.
Yeah, which is something that I've absolutely learned from August. This time that I've spent working with her has manifested itself in so much more empowerment.
Aww.
Merry Christmas to you, August.
This just feels like the biggest, most beautiful, like, birthday, Christmas, Hanukkah,
Oh God, she's gonna cry.
Easter, Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Seriously, having you all in the same room even. I don't know if you noticed when you came in, I was like a little, whoa, because I just love you all so much. And just that you're all in the same room together with me and sharing your hearts. It means a lot.
Oh, I love it.
Love you too.
That's a nice way of saying I'm about to wipe the floor with all of you. So
No, as I make my move.
exactly.
Yes.
Okay. I think Beautiful is Vanessa.
You know my life.
I love that story.
So great.
That's
So
so
great.
you just start off. It's joking, and then it's not joking anymore.
Yeah, and then we're like, why not?
Wow.
Yeah.
Where did you go to? Like, because you have child, you have.
Yeah,
both
no,
have
it was like, it was such a thing because we're like, okay, I could have childcare from like 4 to 7. She's like, well, I don't have my kids; they're with their dad, like in the morning, like that kind of thing.
Right.
So we just, like, had
Figuring
to
all that
figure
out.
And then she just came to my house, and like it was sort of like, will we, won't we? And then we did, and it was like so fun.
And was it a one-time thing, and you became friends,
No,
or did it go on for?
times? It happened a couple times, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, but we're still great friends.
I love that.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Good for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Facebook.
Great. You know, it was
I
great.
know.
because,
Finally, a
yeah.
happy
There's some
Facebook
good things
story.
about
Yeah,
Facebook.
no, Facebook is great. I love Facebook. I
Yeah.
mean, I know like they probably like completely intrude my privacy and stuff, but like I feel like I get more good from Facebook than
Yeah.
That's what you
not.
make of it if you know what the edges are to avoid,
Right.
Exactly.
for sure.
Yeah.
All right.
So you have a 50-50 chance of running the table.
Pretty good since one's mine, right?
Yep. Exactly.
So 3-month stand. It's rain.
You know my life.
I love it. So it was somebody that you were like, it's just, I'm attracted, but this isn't a future thing.
Yes, I think that I was coming off of dating men and women. I was in my late 20s, and I was like, okay, I think it's time. If I knew I was going to end up with a man, it's time for me to like stop playing with the ladies. Then I met one, and I was like, okay, if I was truly gay, she would be my wife. And so I just knew it was for a temporary thing, and I just loved her. We had like such a great time. And then it was over in 3 months, and we were both okay with it. And then that was the last woman I ever dated, and I've been strictly dickly ever since.
Strictly Dickly. That should be a t-shirt, right?
I can make that for you. I
Yeah.
have a t-shirt shop.
Do you have a t-shirt shop?
She
That's
does.
amazing.
It's awesome, Vanessa. What is the
I want to see your
domain again?
t-shirts.
Well, it's called VanessaInLA.com. And actually, the only things that I offer right now are things that say, I'm not accepting suggestions from men at this time, and things that say Vanessa on them. That's it.
Okay.
It's kind of an art project.
You have a niche. It's a niche market.
But I'll make you a Strictly Dickly special edition if you want.
I love Strictly Dickly.
It's awesome.
I like that.
It's fantastic.
Nice. And then yours was the other one, the
Yeah,
pink dildo.
so hashtag another masturbation reference, which, Mackenzie, thank you for coming up with this hashtag. I feel like it could be the name of my memoir.
Yeah.
Don't you think? Because I feel like, right? It's always, yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
And I
Where
feel
did you
like
get it from? Did you buy it, the dildo?
The dildo was a gift, one of those kind of
Oh, this is
joke
this
gifts.
is so funny and
Right.
silly.
And so it was in still in the packaging.
Yeah.
And it was up in the drawer where you just keep it
Right.
near your bed. And I was home, and my partner of a long time was away, and I was feeling horny, but I didn't know that that's what it was. Like, I thought I was just kind of like depressed a little bit. And then I started watching Netflix, and I was scrolling through, and I landed on a recommendation from Netflix, which was Diary of a Nymphomaniac. And I started watching it, and I was like, oh. And suddenly my hand is, on my vulva, and I had never masturbated really before, and I felt like a little teenager going up to get my toy, and it was really beautiful, and it actually ended up leading to so much of the work that I do. Like, after that was when I thought I really need to take the work that I'm doing now, and I ended up launching Girl Boner not too long after.
Amazing.
I love that. Well, that's sort of like a full circle moment.
The holidays are here, and I don't know about you, but I think pleasure and spicy fun make incredible gifts. If you have a friend or partner who you know is super into sexy accessories and you have a good sense what they might like, head to thepleasurechest.com to explore their specials on vibrators, couples toys, kink sets, and more. Get 20% off awesome brands right now like B-Vibe, LaWand, and FemmeFun. If you're not sure what the person might enjoy, but you're like, I think they'd like something pleasure-centric, I highly recommend a Pleasure Chest gift card, which they can use online, and shipping is always discreet. They can peruse to find that perfect bedroom accessory. And if they're feeling like something a little more on the sensual side, they could choose a massage candle, bath oil, or a fun erotica or nonfiction book. Head to thepleasurechest.com to start shopping, or go down to the show notes to check out links to a few of my favorite finds.
So what we're going to do is I'm going to give you all of your stacks of answers that you got, and then we're going to count them up together and see who won. So now everybody has their stack of answers that they got right.
I definitely got more than this, but I definitely didn't win either.
Okay,
so
some of them got a little mixed up during there. So we're going to count them out together in unison. Everybody have their stack, and we're going to go. Ready? And 1, 2,
and I'm out.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Between Rain and
10,
August. 11.
They
12.
think they got all mixed up.
Did they get
think
mixed
you
up?
won.
Yeah.
So it looks like Rain is
You
the
won.
winner. Some of those got mixed up during the
That
during
doesn't
the
surprise
stats.
me.
Yes, you had a couple of those early questions where you just ran
I
it.
know.
Yes.
I know.
Yes, well
Wow.
done.
I have some
you.
prizes for
You do?
everyone. A bag of goodies, and I would love each of you to just choose something. You can look through a little bit first if you want, and then if you're comfortable sharing what you picked, then please do. And if you don't, that's okay too, because there's a lot of sexy things in there.
And I love that it's in a Target bag. I didn't know they carried
None
such
of it,
things.
none of it's from Target.
Right.
I was wondering, you walked in with a Target bag, and I'm like, I don't really see August giving
Yeah.
Target
There's, like,
gifts.
so
I see
many gifts
sexier
in here.
gifts.
Yeah, Kleenex for
So
everyone.
many things in here.
I mean, how do I not be
If you want me to narrow anything
greedy?
down, so you can totally. First of all, you won, so you get to
Exactly.
choose first.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'm definitely gonna take this vibrator,
Tell us, what is it called again? That one has a cute name.
the eggplant emoji vibrator.
I love that it's an eggplant.
So when me and my husband first started dating, this would be like the symbol for, let's have some fun. So,
Yeah, and it's
Right,
nice
when
and
you're
portable.
texting.
yeah, exactly.
It has sentimental
'Cause
value.
he is almost this exact shape. It's not
Oh,
the
that's
color.
good to know.
It's so cute.
Oh, I don't even know.
Yeah, so I'm
I don't know what
excited.
to do with any of that
Right.
information right now.
I wonder who the first person was to use the eggplant as penis in emoji speak.
And I heard it on reality television. So I was like, oh, other people use this to describe their partner too?
Yeah.
Who knew?
Right?
Yeah.
You thought you had
But
invented
I
it.
heard they're
Yes.
getting, they're actually coming down on that too. Like some
No,
sex educators are
why?
getting blocked for using eggplant.
Oh yeah, I did.
It's silly.
Yeah.
Peaches are tushies, right?
Yeah.
Is there an emoji for vagina?
Some people use a shell. What's another one I've seen? Yeah.
I use a donut,
Oh.
All right.
but I've also used that for a butthole.
I love donuts.
Just the way you pronounce that
Bagel.
makes me laugh so
Yeah.
A bagel?
There's a cream cheese bagel.
Oh, that's like not hot.
No, it's people do it. Yes,
Let's like not use that one.
I know. We need a better one.
Erin, what did you select?
Oh well, August. I chose the Girl Boner Journal because I have Girl Boner's book, but I don't have
Yeah.
a journal, so I'm very excited to go through and use it.
It's
and
really
stuff.
good.
It's great.
Awesome.
I'm always, even though I'm a dating coach, like I'm always trying to like empower myself and like explore more and stuff. So I love things like this. Like I'm super nerdy about this stuff, which is why I do what I do and why you do what you do, I'm sure. So.
Yeah, one way to use it is kind of game-like, where
Yeah.
you just get together with friends and chat about the questions.
So,
Just
Erin,
fun.
I'm challenging you to a Girl Boner Journal accountability sharing session.
Oh
Because
man.
I have the journal at home, and I have an 8-month-old, so you don't really get busy with kids or a child. So I'm excited to start exploring again. So if you would be my vagina Girl Boner accountability partner, I'd really appreciate it.
Here we go, live on the air or on the podcast. Let's do it.
Okay.
I love that. See what's happening? Magic is being
More
made.
prizes.
It's
more
a Christmas
prizes
miracle.
As you go along. It is a Christmas miracle.
Okay, so August, I just wanted to ask you a question. I'm looking at 2 different toys here, and they're very different shaped, and I would really love to know what they're about. There's a beautiful sort of manta ray shaped teal one, and then I don't know if this is like poker shaped or tongue shaped red one, but
Yeah,
what,
can I
what is the
see 'em
difference
for a second?
between them?
Yeah. So these are both by Cal Exotics. The toy of the year that I picked was from them this year. The one I brought in last week. It's a vibrator that has a base with 3 different tops that you can screw onto it.
Oh wow.
And so one is called the Sleigh, and then one is, what is this one? This one's the Red Hot Ember. I think that they would both be good for external play for sure, but if you want anything internal, I would recommend the Red Hot Ember. This one is a little bit better penetration. The Pleaser is, I think if you really like the feeling of like pressure externally on your clit, I think it's a really good one for that. You could kind of use it hands-free too if you like to ride things, which is fun.
Thank you so much for the expert opinion.
I know.
Here we go.
Excellent. Excellent.
That bag is just a treasure trove
know,
of
it's
goodies.
amazing.
So many
I think
goodies.
Vanessa needs a moment.
That's okay. And if you choose something really tiny, you can take 2 because there's some things in there that are like a lube sample.
Yeah, no, it's like, wait.
So open to either one.
Wait, where does this one go? Wait, what hole is this one for?
They're very versatile. That one's good for any kind of penetration, though. You could use it vaginally as well.
Huh. All right. Let me
And
see.
externally. Anything that
Dennis had his
buzzes.
eye on that one.
Between
You know?
this
There's
and
another
the
toy in
snowman
there.
socks. I'm not sure. And the lube. Oh my gosh. I don't know.
I know there's so many choices.
There's so many things. I'll just try this.
Yay.
Okay, perfect.
Thank you.
Nice. And I get to pick 2? Wait. Okay, I don't even know. There's a container with a sticker on it with a unicorn with gay stripes behind it. I think it's gay. And under the unicorn is the slogan, "Anal is magic." I don't think I need to see anything else. I think I'm going to take this.
I think it's
There's a
yours.
butt plug in there.
What is
I
it?
think there's a butt plug in
Oh,
there.
wow.
I looked in it.
It's from the
also.
pleasure chest, so
Okay.
it's sure to be wonderful.
Okay.
It looks like a whole kit. Actually.
Wow, nice. All right, I'm in.
What is that button?
You could have, and there's a button that says official smartass. I love it.
That's awesome.
Oh my goodness.
Right, all right, I'm in.
Awesome. Thank you so
like-
much for doing this, Dennis.
It was so much fun. You guys were amazing.
This is incredible.
Yeah. What a fun thing to do. What a fun
Yay.
way to share the game and, have some fun holiday,
Yeah.
pre-holiday bonding moments.
Thank you all for being here.
It was so fun.
Thank you, August. We
Love you,
so much.
August.
Learn more about everyone you heard from today and see what they're up to now. So much awesomeness at the links in the show notes. There you'll also see links to purchase You Don't Know My Life or a virtual game night, which might even be hosted by Dennis. I am sending you all love and pleasure vibes. Thank you so much for listening.